When you buy a piece of land like ours here in Northern Portugal, you dream of all the things you could do with it, of all the ways that you could shape it into your own. With a huge house build looming and a stone house renovation ongoing, we can't forget the projects that we need to work on around the farm. It's been more than a year since we first broke ground on our biopool project, and today, as well as continuing with our kitchen build, we're picking up where we left off.
So Mario's got back down here
and tackling the landscaping that is so desperately needed on our lowest terrace. It brings us a little closer to my dream
pretty exciting
of having a natural swimming pool on our farm. Not just for us, for water storage, but also for the wildlife around us. It's a huge undertaking, but we are so ready for it.
What have you got to say, Mr. Brown?
Mario's coming.
Yes, he is.
Digger.
Fairly shortly, hey?
In the biopool.
In the biopool, that's right, yeah. Are you excited? What are we going to do when the biopool's ready?
Swim in it.
Yeah! Who's here, Sawyer? Mario's here. Wow! What's Mario come for? Hola, Mario. Bom dia. Obrigado. Has Mario come?
No, Dad.
Do you think we can help?
Yeah.
Love your t-shirt, buddy. What's that t-shirt say?
Come, Daddy. Come. Mario, come. Come, Daddy. Come.
Okay. No, we're okay. Look, Mario's turning around. He's going to move those big rocks out the way before he goes to the biopool. Come on then, let's go.
Dad.
It's called a bucket, is it? Wow, you know all the parts. What else can you see?
Mario.
You can see Mario. What's Mario doing? Yeah. Rocks. Moving rocks.
Yeah. On the move. Yeah.
Stuck, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Those rocks, they made a wall on the left-hand side when we started doing the plumbing and fixing the stone house. We moved them out of the way. There's a whole bunch of rubbish, including that old IKEA bed right there, waiting to go to the recycling. Can he fit? Can he fit, Sawyer? What do you think? There we go, he fitted just fine, didn't he? Mario waves back. There he is, look. Wow.
Well, good morning, everybody. It is super exciting. So I've taken over from John to explain what on earth is going on today. Why is Mario here and why is he scooting around the back of the farm? And also, do you like our new merch? We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, it's an exciting day. Over a year ago now, we started digging a biopool and things got waylaid, products got delayed. We actually also, to be honest, felt massively overwhelmed by the project. So it got put on pause. We didn't think it would be for as long as it has. Yeah, I can't see Mario. Hey, he's up there somewhere. We didn't think it would be for as long as it has been, but it has been a really, really embarrassingly long time. Anyway, today is the day. We are getting that project underway. And if you watched last week's episode, you would know about that because I asked for your feedback on whether or not you would like to see this project unfold in detail or if you just like a summary at the end. But digger days are always exciting. So the boys are thrilled and Mario is here to dig a little bit more into the biopool itself and clean up what we started. Basically, he's going to make it a little bit deeper and just get it ready for Carlos, who's arriving tomorrow to start laying bricks and cement. So exciting. I actually can't believe we're doing this. We're desperate to get it done now for a couple of different reasons. I can't see your legs up there. Looks like Mario might be battling to get down. You can just see him in the trees up there. He's edging down that hill. So he's going to come down this way here and then around the back of the veggie garden and down to the biopool terrace, which is just over there. Come on, buddy, should we go find him? Is Crusoe in the digger?
Yeah.
Is he?
digging.
Was he digging?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bucket.
with a bucket?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, it sounds like Mario's having to do a bit of roadworks in the back there before he can get round. But anyway, let's show you down here where the biopool is, and we will get up close to it a little bit later. That's a monumental project. Basically, well, we'll explain the kind of process as we're going through the day, I think. But here it is. This is our lowest terrace, and this is where the pool is. So that is the pool itself there. You might remember last year when Mario dug it out. So today he's just going to dig it a bit deeper. We've got our liner waiting patiently to be put into place. The reason that we are kind of rushing on with this project today and this week is because it's dry. We had to wait a really long time for this water to empty. When it rained so much last winter, the biopool basically filled up completely. And there's a heap of water that comes from our spring, which is just there behind the reservoir. And we have an overflow pipe that empties onto this terrace. Now you can actually see that overflow pipe currently is not running, which means that we are really low on water. In our very first year on the farm here in Portugal, we were living completely off-grid with our water, and we ran out of water in October, I think it was. And that was before we had nearly as much demand on our water supplies as we do now, because we hadn't developed the farm at all beyond the lawn, really, and the vegetable garden. So I think we're quite close to running low, and water storage is something we've got to get sorted before this winter rolls in. You've got a marto. We got lots of martos to pick, hey? Yeah. So yeah, this is a huge part of that. This pool is going to serve two purposes. It's going to be the biopool of my dreams, which I have been longing for since we arrived on this farm in Portugal. In fact, well, it's a different story. And secondly, it's going to act as a huge point of water storage for us, to see us through these winter months, or these kind of, it's not really the winter months, to see us through these autumn months when our off-grid water stores start running really, really low. So the biggest reason that this biopool is feeling so important at the moment is because the seasons are changing all around us so quickly, and the rain is going to set in, well, any week now. And in Northern Portugal in the winters, we get a heck of a lot of rain. We personally don't enjoy it, and we tend to try and get away during that time and find other places to be. Last year we spent 5 weeks in India, and this year at the end of October we are heading off from the farm for 3 weeks on a trip that I am so excited for. We'll tell you more about it in a few weeks' time, but for now I just want to say a massive thank you to the sponsor of today's episode, Aerolo, for making that trip so much easier already. We will be filming for our other channel, TheNewbys Explore, but we will also be joining more than 10 million other people who use the eSIM technology provided by Aerolo. Aerolo is the world's first eSIM store, where you can download an eSIM and a data pack from over 200 countries and regions in the world, connecting you right back up to everything and everyone that's important to you from the moment you land in the new place that you're heading to. We won't need to worry about any of those extortionate roaming fees, and we also won't have to go through the hassle and faff of buying a local SIM card when we get through immigration. It's all controlled through their super simple app, and really as easy as the touch of a button. So if you're heading somewhere new and could use a bit of eSIM technology, then please use the link in our description below and our code TheNewbys3, and you will get $3 off your first data pack downloaded off Aerolo.
Okay, for now we've got a bit of an access problem and also a dog problem. A dog problem because he knows that Armando's got his sheep out on this field. Of course, Obi doesn't want to do much to the sheep, he just wants to herd them. He's a collie, that's what they like to do. And Mario, by the looks of things, is struggling to get down the hill here. Hey, Crusoe! Hey! Yeah, same. It's always this access way here that's always the problem. Mario.
Having a bit of a jump.
Yeah, it looks like. Anyway, I think what we're going to do with this project is maybe share a little bit on Patreon, film a little bit for the main channel, but probably it's just going to be one of those things that trickles along in the background whilst we're building houses and doing other renovation projects, I think, anyway.
A little bit more roadworks required for the final slope down to the terrace. Right, he's made it. He is in location. Oh gosh, I'm kind of nervous about this one, folks, if I'm honest. Kind of nervous. Anyway, we've been wanting to do it for ages, so let's just get on with it. And in typical newbie fashion, we'll figure it all out as we go along.
I tell you what, the smell down on this field is absolutely extraordinary. I think in the end, when we fully landscaped it, we're going to put some tangerine trees down here.
I don't know if they can hear you, darling. Let me do it, because you're quite far. So, let me take over from John to give you an idea of the full vision for down here. So, biopool obviously is going to go there. We were going to also plant a whole bunch of tangerine and orange trees along the front here. Joao was telling us that citrus trees really do very well if they can watch the sunrise, which is really interesting. So the sunrises usually on not a cloudy day, sun rises from over here, and if we were to plant tangerine trees down here below this wall, first of all they'd get the lovely sunrise and sunshine for lots of the day, but they'd also get lots of water from the overflow. So it's the perfect place for citrus trees. So here you go, here's the vision. Citrus trees along the top. Lovely terraces because it's all landscaped down there. The walls are going to be cleaned and cleared. We'll have the biopool with the deck running out the front. I'll try and find you a picture for something like what we're envisaging, a bit of inspiration for you. In an ideal world, one day we could have a wood-fired sauna down here, maybe even an ice bath for the summer if we needed it. But you know, I like to think I'm that person. We're not that person yet, so we're not going to rush into anything. But a sauna and a biopool would definitely be amazing. Then on the works side of it, John is going to put in a sophisticated series of pumps and pipe work that's going to run all the way up to our storage containers at the Knott garage, so that when we run out of water coming naturally from the spring in the well, we can tap into the biopool and keep the water going on the farm. It's a big job. It's basically, it's not just the building of a biopool, it is the landscaping of our final terrace on the farm, beyond the new land that we've bought to kind of keep as wild space. And yeah, it's big, you know. We've kind of worked our way around the farm and we've got here now. We've got to the final terrace. It doesn't mean the work's not done, we've still got to build a flipping house. But anyway, as far as the land works is done, this is the last terrace that we need to tackle, isn't it?
Sawyer's ready to come down.
Okay, Sawyer's ready for Mum. I'll see you in a second, folks. Right, while Mario's doing that, I'm going to get on with a little job and just pick some tomatoes, because my tomatoes have gone mental. We got a whole load off of them like 2 days ago, and now there's a whole load more. So today I think we'll be making lacto tomatoes. Was that super fun, buddy? Yeah, in the basket.
I need a big apple.
Oh, that's a big one. Look, there's two stuck together. How cool is that? Oh, sorry. You're gonna have two. Good work.
So Maria's going to be digging that about 1/2 metre deeper today as well, just because when we worked out what kind of a footing there's going to be required in there, it's quite heavy because there's so much water going in, so we're going to want to sort of mitigate that depth of a slab that we're going to put in. So technically speaking, why are we building the sides out of block and cement? It's not particularly an eco-friendly approach to building a biopool, but we're going to do that because this little wall along here is about 2 meters wide and just made of earth. In the winter time, when the rains come, that gets very soggy, and what we're worried about is having a wall that just bursts its banks and heads on down the hill. There aren't any properties below us particularly that would get damaged or hurt, but you know, you just don't want 200,000 litres of water heading down the hill. So that's the reason why we're making the walls out of concrete. We've actually got already a plastic liner. It's not plastic, it's a rubber liner and underlay all ready to go. We bought a single sheet of the stuff, 20 metres by 30 metres, so it's absolutely massive, should be more than enough for the area that we want to cover. If you're interested, we got it from pondkeeper.co.uk. We had such a hard time trying to find a sheet that would basically do the job, which is one of the reasons why the project was delayed last year. We just couldn't find anywhere that was going to sell it at a reasonable price. We were basically quoted thousands and thousands of euros for a single sheet of rubber to cover that area. Lots of companies would sell us 4 meters wide plastic that we'd have to join, but I just wasn't keen on joining because, you know, the overall longevity of that probably isn't quite as good as having a single sheet. So I was looking for that single sheet. I'm going to link to the company below, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about the Pond Keeper company, maybe in a different episode. I'll just remind you who they are, but very, very good. I was really impressed with their service too. So check them out if you're looking to build yourself a bio.
Is finally coming out, which is a relief. It was chilly this morning. I've just had like a jumper on, but anyway, it's now warming up, which is lovely. And so we're just going to go pop down and see what Mario's getting up to. So John's kind of diverted the work a little bit. I think he's done with the pool, and he's now fixing the road down to the lower terrace from the top of the farm here, which collapsed last winter with all the rain. And I think he's also going to be connecting that new piece of land that we bought to the rest of the farm, which is pretty cool. This will be a big difference to us in the winter, just being able to access this terrace, and also for the project to make sure that we can get down there, and when the biopool's finished we can just run down there and have a swim. What are you up to, Crusoe? Are you helping?
Helping Mario.
Okay, well done, big boy.
Hello, I'm Mario, Mama.
You're Mario, are you? Okay.
Okay, well, Mario's finished with the digging for now. Anyway, he's gone for his lunch break, and he'll be back this afternoon. We've got a fantastic road opening up here towards the houses. So later on today, hopefully Mario will be able to bring his little truck down here and drop off a whole bunch of cement and some blocks and some rebar and other stuff that we're going to need to get on with that project. And fingers crossed we can start this week building a little bit more of that pond. It would be so great, at the very least, just to get a holding place, even if we don't get a whole lot sorted out and all the plants in place and what have you, just to get some sort of a holding block there so that we can start capturing the water. I'd really, really love that. But for now, it's time for me to get back to the kitchen. I've got some wood filler to put into place. I've got some sanding to do. And then one of my favorite jobs is to cut these little pieces of wood that fit nicely into the shape of the cupboards and the drawers.
Going back. So this is what Mario finds.
Okay, so we've got the cupboards. They're right here, looking really solid and really square. One of the things, or one of the mistakes I think I made on the last kitchen that I built, which is in the other house, was before I put the primer on and painted, I didn't give everything a really great sand down. I did sand it, but I didn't sand it with a fine enough sandpaper, which meant that when the paint went on, it kind of went on a little bit, I don't know, woody. I think what I'm going to do today is give this cabinet a good old sand down, and then I'm going to put the hockey stick beading into place. That's going to take a little while to get that in. Just checking that's not pushed out. Yeah, okay, good. So I'm going to get that all sorted. Is that right? Yeah, your heat tempers. Yeah, it's fine. I was worried that that had been pushed out in one corner. Okay, so yeah, give everything a sand down, put the hockey stick beading in, and then put a primer coat on, and maybe let's even think about putting a nice coat of that blue paint on, because, and the reason why I think that's a good idea is because before we can get a sink into place, really, we definitely want to have bits painted around here so we're not painting onto the sink. So first jobs first, put a heavy sandpaper over it just to get everything nice and level, then take out the very fine, the 120 and then the 240 sandpapers, then primer, then hockey sticks, or then hockey sticks, then primer. So let's do that.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains. Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing.
So this is just a pine cone filler, and I'm gonna scrape it into the holes, the very small gaps that we've got. There's also a couple of nail scars where I've bashed a nail in and it's left just a little bit of a mark. And finally I'm going to go just over some of the knots in the wood.
You know, you can feel it, and it's no surprise. Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world Say, inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you all of the world inside, all of the world inside.
Right, hockey sticks. This is a hockey stick. It goes over a piece of wood like this. You see? Gives a nice finish at the front. I'll show you when it's done. But in Portugal, you can buy hockey stick mouldings like this, but they're really small, like they're only, I don't know, what width is that? It's probably, it's 25 millimeter width from that, which is great for this piece of wood. It fits really nicely over all of it, which is what I'm looking for. In Portugal, I think they're about 1.5 centimeters, so they're smaller. That's all I've found anyway. And even to find a piece of moulding like this in Portugal around the area that I'm living, it's really tough. So I bought these from the UK. The last time I drove back, I just popped into the local hardware store. I think it was a B&Q or a Wix or something like that. And I just bought up 20 pieces to bring back, knowing that I've got a project that's going to want them in the future. So they're really easy. I've just done a test run in terms of putting them underneath the saw and just bringing it down on this. That's spinning fast enough, I think, so that it doesn't splinter the wood, which is really important. Usually, often anyway, with small pieces of wood like this, fragile pieces of wood, putting it under a mitre saw like this is just going to splinter it and blow it up. But it doesn't look like that's going to be a problem in this instance. So I'm going to go and do some measuring, and then I'm going to cut a few pieces of wood. So we'll take these pieces of wood, these hockey sticks, we'll put them in place, test that they fit, make sure everything's good, sand it down, and then put the hockey sticks in place after we've done the last sand down when that wood fill is dry. And it shouldn't be very much longer before that's good to go. So that's 31.5 there. It should be also 31.5 over here. Good news. 2 at 31.5. And you know, the ones below are exactly the same as well. Yeah, 31.5. 31.5. Very good. This is such a precise measurement. We're going to want to really work hard to get it right. Just to remember as well, the 31.5, that's going to be from the top part of the join that fits on the inside. So that's going to be like that. We got a lot of cuts ahead of us, folks. A lot of cuts. Look at that. Cut number 1. Literally 0.5 millimetre too big. Never mind, 0.5 millimetre too big is better than 0.5 millimetre too small. I'll just go shave off a bit of that and have another fit. But here's the thing, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pieces on this cabinet to cut. So if you just let me get on with it, I'll be back shortly.
Well, there you have it, another super busy day on the farm, and I know you guys love digger days as much as we do, so I hope you enjoyed all of that. John is currently cracking on with that kitchen. You can hear him sanding away in the background, and I'm so excited because we picked up the tiles for the countertop yesterday. So hopefully we'll be getting that on really, really soon, and getting some paint on those cupboards. Cannot wait. But please remember, before you head off, to let us know in the comments below if you would like to see more of the natural swimming pool project, or if you would prefer that we just updated you at the end and kind of focus more on our renovations. We're very much kind of led by you guys to an extent, so please do let us know. Also, don't forget, new merch is now live. Link is in the description. We would love to see you wearing it, so please tag us. We're at TheNewbys on Instagram, or send through your pictures to our email address, and yeah, we would just love to see you wearing our merch and see where it gets to in the world. And a huge thank you for all of your support. If you missed the launch of the merch, then make sure you're signed up to our newsletter. The link is also in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and we folks will see you next time. Ciao for now.